Let's build Sigmar's Justice Tree for Mordheim. Hi all, welcome back to the channel, and in this one today I got a cool piece of scatter terrain for you guys, which is easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it too. So without further ado, I'm gonna take you to the crafting table and let's do this. Come on! Alright, so I added some Dettol and boiling water together, and I put in some branches which I got from our hedge that we took down, and they really looked the part. Very grimy and gruesome, fitting Mordheim. Now just lay them out to dry fully. Just put them on some cardboard that it will soak up the moisture, some paper towels, and let them dry overnight. That's better. Okay, so for the base of my project I'm using 1 cm thick XPS, but you can glue 2 sheets of foam board together as well. Those will work just as well. Now I cut these to 12 cm by 12 cm squares, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mute the sound of my phone. Excuse me. So here 12 cm by 12 cm squares for the base. Now I'm gonna mark out 6 cm on each side and draw lines across it. Then do the same from corner to corner, and this is to find the center point like so. Alright, now mark 2 cm on each corner, and don't forget to do both sides like this. Simply taking my ruler, 2 cm here, 2 cm here, mark that out. Do the same here. Here, you get the idea. Now we're gonna cut the corners that we just marked to create this interesting looking shape, and we're gonna use this as a template on the second tile. Also cut away the corners, of course. Now on one side mark the center piece, and again mark 2 cm to the left and 2 cm to the right and 3 cm up, and we're gonna cut this piece out, and then we're gonna slice this in half, and we're gonna create some stairs, and I'm gonna go over the base with a texture roller. Very cool looking. Now I cut 3 cm by 8 cm walls, but you can use foam board as well, guys. I mean, everything I do here can be done with foam board. Now I'm gonna need some smaller pieces to make the walls for smaller corners, and I'm again using my Proxxon for this, but everything I do can be done using foam board, no issues at all. Alright, starting to take shape nicely. Cool. Happy with this so far. Now I have these barbecue dowels, and I'm gonna cut them to 4.5 cm, but you need the pointy end, alright? Keep the other offcuts, they always work well for other projects. Okay, so the next part is optional. I'm using a texture roller to create the stone walls, but at the end I decided to cover the walls with 1 cm by 0.5 cm bricks. But these techniques work perfectly well for the walls, so it's all up to you what you want to do with this. So I'll just show you what I did before I decided to lay down the bricks. Just went over this with my texture roller, and it looks cool. Now if you use the roller, be sure to do both sides, okay, and also the top. Now first I'm gonna glue these things together, creating my base for the tree. Right, looking cool. Now mark out the dowels and cut them with these garden shears and glue them with hot glue inside of the openings. And I also decided to glue 2 posts for the notice boards on top of the tree. Simply using hot glue on my silicone mat. It peels off instantly, so works perfectly well. You don't need parchment paper. A simple cheap silicone mat will do the job as well. Alright, now next I cut out a plank of XPS and texture it with a wire brush, both sides. And this will be glued on the 2 posts, but first write in any text that you want. Mine will be Sigmar's Justice. Now also texture the top of the walls if you use the roller. You can hand draw these bricks in, of course, as well, whatever you prefer of your technique. Now, please like and subscribe if you agree. Alright, so Sigmar's Justice. We're gonna glue this on top of the 2 posts. And here is the part that I'm gonna use. And I'm cutting off some branches from the other things. And I'm gonna use air drying clay and green stuff to attach these branches. Now the air drying clay will be to create a stem. Create something gnarly. And attach them in any position that you like. I'm using green stuff, but to hold it together I'm also using some super glue on top of it. And I'm simply using my X-Acto to score some wood grain into the green stuff. Alright, time to add some more details. You don't have to, of course, but I had these things laying about and might as well use them. Some skull beads, some posts. Yeah, starting to look cool, guys. Befitting for Mordheim, in my opinion. Alright, let's continue on. I'm gonna draw a circle and I'm gonna lay down some bricks here. You don't have to, but yeah, it adds to the effect. Just using tacky glue, attach the bricks. And once you've attached the bricks, when the tree is fully dry, as you can see, I did my best at sculpting some type of stem. I added a barbecue skewer in the center. I also used flocking inside of the circle. And now we're going to glue down the tree simply with using tacky glue. But make sure that everything is completely dry before even attempting this, okay guys? So yeah, I might want to let that dry overnight or even 2 nights just to be safe. I'm also gluing in this ladder I still had laying about. All adds to the details. Now, as you can see there, I have a bunch of skeletons which I'm gonna hang into the tree. Most of these are from the old Warcry box sets. And I'm using some sewing thread around the neck and stiffening that up with super glue. And I'm also gonna attach these sewing threads into the tree with super glue. And I have a lot, as you can see, a lot of skeletons. And I'm simply gluing these in. Nice, looking cool. So this is a reminder never to screw around with Sigmar, or you will meet his justice. And here's where I decided to do the individual bricks for the wall. So I started to lay down the first layer with hot glue, and then added the top rows simply with tacky glue. It's basically the same as I did in my previous video with the fountain. If you haven't watched that, please go and check it out. I really would appreciate it. Now I'm also going to cut 2 cm by 1 cm strips to glue on top of the wall. Just some added stone slabs. All adds to the visuals. Doesn't have to be straight, doesn't even have to fit perfectly. It is Mordheim, doesn't need to be perfect. Normally I would say that about my Necromunda crafts. Alright, time for painting. I'm gonna prime everything in brown and let it fully dry. If you don't have a foam safe spray, simply use a brush, works perfectly well. Now stipple and overbrush with a stone gray, then also dry brush the tree with the same gray. So basically cover everything with the gray. Stipple it, overbrush it, just make sure that it's covered. But it doesn't matter if you leave some brown in the cracks. Now also I'm mixing some bone color and I'm gonna go over this again. Now stipple some pure aged white or bone color on the stone parts only and stipple like so. This really creates a cool looking effect, in my opinion. There are tons of ways to do stones, but I really like this this technique. Yeah, it's quick, it's fast, and it looks cool. Now go over everything. There we go. Really happy with this. Now there is some foam showing underneath, but don't worry, we'll cover that with the wash stage later. So yeah, looking cool, guys. Sigmar's Justice Tree. Alright, next I'm gonna paint the skeletons and the metal parts, if there are any. Also paint cages with the metal, like so. The baseboard, and I'm gonna use these 3 oil paints, green, black and brown. Mix that up with some white spirit. The ratio will depend on you. Now cover everything, including the skeletons, with this grimy wash. Now let it all dry. Now I'm not wiping anything away unless it's really caked in this stuff, so that's all up to you. But let's check out the finished piece. I also glued on some posters to add more to the effect, as you can see here. Alright, looking cool, guys. I'm really happy how this one turned out. And Public Executions, I found that to be an awesome poster matching this. Thanks to Devs and Dice. You can simply download these from his website, from his YouTube channel. Right, cool. Yeah, another fine addition to Mordheim. So like and subscribe if you want to see more, guys. I would really appreciate all your support. And here is a miniature in front of it. So thank you all for watching, everybody. More to come soon. And yeah, see you in the next one, alright? Bye-bye!